Hello, grade 3. How are you guys? So this is our final step, and you can do this. You don't have to, but I do recommend maybe thinking of some kind of object or a simple structure that you might want to recreate your texture collage out of. So I found the seashell upstairs, which I love. I love collecting seashells. And I took a bunch of my paper that you saw previous demonstration, of just kind of like samples of different textures. And now I have the scissors, and a glue stick is helpful, but you don't even need a glue stick. You can just, when you take a photo, you can just assemble your little pieces of your puzzle of whatever you're trying to describe visually and take a photo of it. So essentially the only added material that I used was scissors and an object of choice if you want to. Again, it doesn't have to be. It could be something from your imagination as well. But for me, sometimes it's helpful to make more like a cut paper collage of the seashell to the best of my ability. It's okay if I don't get all the details. It's okay if it is different size, but this just kind of helps me look at something and try to stay more focused. So you can feel free to try it out if you like. No worries, either or. So I cut this structure, which was similar to this shape here from my view. From the video, it might be slightly askew, but my view's not as top down, but more from an angle. And I'm gonna choose another texture just to kind of, get maybe this top layer here, which reminds me of a spiral shape, kind of cone-like form. And I'm just gonna kind of simplify it into like this shape here. So I'm gonna use my scissors and choose a texture of choice I think would best replicate that, and just kind of go with it. So it's kind of like putting a puzzle together. So if I cut this shape here, the first one, I kind of want to make sure I trim it to size and scale to the best of my ability. And with that being said, I'm going to trim part of this off because I could tell already that it's a little too wide there. And I'm going to ask myself, how does it curve? It looks like it's curving a little bit upward, like that. So there's my cone shape here. There's that body there, and then I have this kind of little ear-like form coming out. That will be mostly the whole structure. I can add details if I like and if I have time. Otherwise, this is a good start and finish. Okay, next textures of choice. And when I'm cutting, I'm looking at both my object, and also obviously you have to look at the paper so you don't cut your fingers. Like that. And this will be kind of like that structure. Sometimes it helps actually just to put it like actual piece like right on the object if it's the right size and scale, or it has the overall kind of effect. Maybe it'll look like that. So even though one might not know immediately that it's a seashell per se, the fact that you're looking at something makes it really helpful and fun. I can add more details if I like, if I have time. It's always kind of fun to work towards a little bit of a goal and then see how closer you can get to that goal. It's a nice little exercise to train your mind. Your hand-eye coordination is being exercised as well as your patience, right? So I'm going to take it maybe just another step further since I have a little bit more time. And I might just add more of the cone-like form just to give it more of that kind of point that that nice seashell has right here. That beautiful spiral in place. Now it makes me want to kind of go over here with these nice structures as well, kind of coming out. So, like I said, it gets really exciting as we add just a little bit more detail to this. It's nice to have a sheet of paper behind it because it gives you a little bit more of an orientation and a layout of what trying to do. If you want to glue things down, you can later. Again, it's when you're taking a photo, you don't actually need to have the glue or tape or anything. You just need to have steady hands and placement to keep everything kind of intact, so to speak. Alright, so I might just add a few more little spikes to the seashell. Spike-like forms, not really spikes, but you know, they have that kind of look. So maybe something like this. Maybe something like that. Nice steady hands. Kind of adding a little bit more of those details into the structure. And I might just add a pop of color, because I did this kind of colored collage. Again, it doesn't look like much right now on paper, because that was my sample. But if I cut it out to a certain shape, it might have more potential there. So again, these what ifs are so important to consider. I'm going to take this shape here, because I didn't glue it down yet, and I might actually use it as an edge, which can be very helpful. So what I would do is I'd take this shape and kind of cut it to the best of my ability. Basically trace it, but leave a little bit of an edge, so some of the brown pops out. So basically tracing it, but leaving maybe like 1/4 of an inch. Something like that maybe. Alright, let's try it out. So then that could add even a little bit more of a layer. I might even have a little bit another color in here to give it like a shadow color too. So I'd actually take this structure out here and do the same thing I did maybe with the purple. In this situation, I just take part of it, the purple. So essentially just trying to get a little bit more edge around, like a little bit of a glow to the composition. Over here I can get a little closer to the actual. Alright, so I'm basically layering a bit with my collage. It's turned out to like a little cut paper object collage. And I'm kind of just having fun with it. Like I said, it doesn't look exactly like the seashell. It's kind of seashell-ish, meaning sort of like a seashell, coming from the idea and the observation of one, but not getting caught down or bogged down by making it exactly how it is, but maybe the overall curves and shapes and subtle textures are influenced by this. And that's kind of the beauty of this project. At this point, you might want to glue things down if you have glue, or even tape things down if you have tape, because the layers are a little picky how they move and slide and such. And that might be helpful for you. My fingers tend to shift things faster than I want them to. So I'm sure you'll see as you go through the process what's helpful and manageable for you. But let me try to line this up. Have this here. Great, and when you feel satisfied with your papers and your arrangement, you can take a photo and send to me. If you want to send it like this with the object, that's cool. If you want to just send it with just the nice paper that you cut out and rearranged or created, that's great too. Either way, I'm super excited to see what you do, and as you know, there's going to be an online virtual art show where we get to share all the work that Mr. Reese and Miss Lee's class have created. So I always get such joy looking at what you're doing, and hope to see you again. Stay creative and stay healthy. Miss Hom-Mandell.